that pulp?
There's a couple bolts there, but
will they sort them or no? You guys not sorting bolts?
Yeah, we are, but the reason I'm putting them in one pile is, especially with this yellow popple, when we were sorting, like bunching for the skidder guys,
yeah,
some of it's been kind of funky.
Oh, okay.
So when we
I forgot to ask them what they did with my deaf.
Who's running deaf?
Todd's truck.
Oh, the truck.
Yeah. These are kind of tricky ones when you can't get your
Yeah,
head in there.
that's what I'm wondering.
Just right.
Yeah, there's a funky one there.
Yeah. So you can.
I'm just looking at your controls here. What's your foot? Is that your swing?
Yep. So my right foot is my swing.
Okay.
Well, it's the swing of my head. So I'll show you once I cut this one up. You can see it, the third measuring wheel. It's right underneath my knife. So that's actually what's doing the reading for length.
Right.
That'll come up on this computer here.
Okay. Yeah, for a lot of people that don't know, you guys always, a lot of times when you're delimbing, you got to run back to the beginning and touch your saw down a little bit to get your mark
Some of the
for your length.
Some of the newer machines got they call it a home or a laser home or something like that, and actually a lot of the time, if you don't go past it, it'll go back to your end there where your last cut was.
What's nice about popples, you don't have to re-stroke it 14 times like some of that hardwood. I mean, yeah,
some of that, you know, when it gets overripe. And a lot of times when you get to the top, like especially on Aspen, and you got a limb, sometimes if you, like I can get another stick of wood out of here, I know. Now if I wouldn't have sawed that limb off, my knives would have hit it, and it would have broke that stick.
Right.
So then I went and got that. But here we got a hole.
You guys aren't cutting any 16s anymore, right?
No, that market tightened up, so now we're cutting everything 8 foot.
The first little clear cut when you drove in, I see there was a couple 16s laying there.
Yeah.
Must be leftovers, huh?
What's been left, we've been
cutting them in half?
Yeah. Some of this Aspen's been pretty good, depending on where it is. Some of it on the hills have been a little bit better, you know, it seems. But
yeah, there's a rotten one there. Pulp. Whoa, how many times have you ripped your hoses off on something like that?
I usually try to smash that crap down so you ain't dealing with that, you know?
Right.
And then so the mill we're taking the Aspen bolts through now, they want nothing smaller than 10-inch. So it's almost like picking a log, you know?
Right.
And they want them 104, you know? It's kind of the specs of the log. And
No, these saw bolts you're talking about?
yeah, they got to be a little bit nicer than some places will take 8-inch, you know?
Right, right. Far behind are the Skinner guys? You guys got them buried, or?
I think probably right now they're about maybe, I would say laying on the ground there's probably 150 cards.
Okay. So how many loads a day are you guys putting out now?
With these shorter trips, Dad and Todd have each been able to, when they're going to Hayward there, they've been each able to haul 4.
8 loads a day. That's moving some wood.
When things are good, you know.
Right, right. And there's always breakdowns.
Yeah. Well, the thing that's been killing us right now is the fuel.
Yeah. I know it. I don't even want to drive my diesel truck.
We were talking, I know you and I were talking before, you know, about cost and everything, and I'll tell you what, that we were figuring out the other day, and the way fuel has went up, and between the logging equipment and the trucks, we're talking like 18 grand a month.
A month in fuel. Jesus. That's crazy.
And that's you're hoping you're not having any breakdowns, you know.
Right. Yeah, your dad said Troy's machine's down now, the motor's out of it.
Yeah.
So what happened? Is he just bit the bullet?
Yeah, it had quite a few hours on it. But we thought the fuel injection pump was going on. So we had a guy come out, he put that in, put the pump in. Put the pump in, and then we realized that wasn't the problem.
No.
That bearing in the front part of the motor went out, and with that going on, took the front seal out, and yeah.
So your dad said you're looking for a motor and can't find one?
Yeah, it's actually, the guy just called me today to tell me that there's a possibility we maybe could try to just rebuild this one, but it's hard to say. If everything's okay in the block, we'd have to take the motor to a machine shop, probably pour out the cylinder walls. So it's all costs that a guy doesn't want this time of year when
no kidding.
The season's running short, you know.
Right. How do you guys figure out? Are you guys like all on salary, or how do you pay yourselves as a family, as a bunch of, you know?
Sometimes we don't.
Sometimes, oh, not getting paid this month.
No, yeah, we make pretty much a base salary, all of us. So, you know, that little guy there is what the guys in the truck don't like.
That big knob on there.
Yeah.
Oh, I see millions of those every day.
I try to zip them off if I can when.
Yeah.
There we go. Like I want you to.
That's better. Yeah, I see that all day long. Some of the stuff I get in, you wouldn't believe it, eh?
Yeah. Well, we like when our truck goes down the road for people to say that's what it should look like.
Yep, you guys do excellent work.
And we try to do the same with as far as in the woods. I never try to, I don't care where we're cutting, if we're cutting federal, private, county, state. I always try to do it as if I was doing it on my own land, and not the way I would want it to look, you know.
Right.
Clear cuts can be ugly.
Oh yeah.
They can, you know.
I've seen some ugly ones.
But the thing of it is a lot of the reason that makes them ugly is like all that ironwood I just bent over right there.
Right.
That when I get to that, I'm gonna rip it down so it's flat on the ground.
Right. Now it's gone, and that popple regen can come back thicker.
Yeah, as far as expenses go, like a chain for the processor here is about $70. A bar's $300. You know, and easy mistakes sometimes can.
That's why I don't want to cut a tree
You're
down.
gonna cut a tree?
No, not today.
Oh, yeah,
not today.
I got one picked out for you.
I don't want to wreck something.
Oh. This is a picture of the Avenza map, so this is like part of the sale, and it's kind of neat. You can follow the blue dot. That's where we are.
What's
And
that
it shows
pink
like
line?
that's the road you guys are parked on.
Okay.
So we have a couple units left here. This was 141 acres all together with all them pieces.
Right.
And it's mostly clear cuts left. We got all the select cuts done.
Tip your camera this way, right there. That is glaring. There you go. Oh, I can see it.
So this is what at least all of us guys in the processors have on our phones.
So you make sure you're on the right edge.
Yeah, yeah, and it's actually really nice for some places where it's hard to find the lines and stuff.
Right.
It's good to have this.
So
you know?
do they
and this is real accurate.
Do they have paint lines out here or no?
Yeah, actually well, you guys passed it, but on the way out, where the red pines, we can see the standard red pines there.
Yep.
You'll see there's lines on them trees.
We got the red lines?
Yep.
Like old school, like you had to find back in the days.
Yeah.
And in the summertime, when everything's all green, you don't know where you're at.
Actually, winter's my favorite time to cut wood.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can see
You know,
through the
you can
woods.
see, and especially on select cut,
Right.
then it's easier to see the marks. You know, it's not so bad in
You know, the worst, I remember back they used to mark with yellow paint on the trees.
oh yeah.
And then you get the full year, all this understory's got yellow leaves.
yeah.
So you're like, where the hell's the marks?
Yeah.
You walk around your trees, all like, you know, this is before process. Back in the paint.
yeah.
That was miserable. And then if you're on the wrong side of the tree, now you're walking around every tree looking for a mark.
But it's still the same thing. Some people are really good at marking timber, and others are
not.
You know?
I've had both kinds.
But sometimes, you know, you'll fight and try this one tree all day. You're trying to save it, you know, because it doesn't have a mark on it.
Right.
You get past it, you spin your machine around. The whole day that had a mark on the other side.
Oh.
It's supposed to be left, you know.
Yeah.
So I see you're getting like 6 sticks out of most of these.
Yeah,
6, 7 even?
Yeah, 7.
This is nice wood.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. The limbs are up high. And you can move through it pretty quick.
This is
Yeah,
a little
you
better
can.
than Flammable River State Forest, ain't it?
Oh yeah, you can actually roll the tree through your head, you know.
Yeah.
That's the problem with that overripe hard and soft maple, you know. It's
burly.
Yeah, it's so you got saw limbs off. But
Like it's almost like cutting pasture trees all day.
yeah.
Bushies. Cauliflower, I call them, or broccoli trees.
Yeah, that's pretty
Pasture
much.
tree. It's like tree growing out in the
Yeah,
pastures.
I know.
Branches.
Yeah.
And hardwood's so hard on your heads and your machine.
Hard maple's the worst,
Yeah.
by far.
And actually, it ain't that bad if it's about 25, 30 below.
They snap.
They snap off easier,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
I don't want to be.
Especially-
I don't want to be out in cold that cold. Well, but you're in a heated cab. That's different. But you're you break more shit in the
Yeah,
head
you do.
too.
You do.
You break your
You
head
know?
more. Your welds are breaking. You're breaking more chains.
Yeah, and like I was telling you in the cab, that's $70 a pop for a chain, $300 for a bar. You know, one simple mistake on a tree that don't even have a stick of wood in it, that could be an expensive.
You can bend it, yeah.
$400, boom.
Well, like I was telling Kenny, it was that actually when I learned to run processor, we had our first one. We weren't cutting in the woods yet with it, and I went underneath it for a clearing company underneath the power line, and that's how I learned. That's how I learned how to run it.
That's a bad place to
Yeah, that's
You don't want to make too many mistakes there.
none, like zero.
be moving so slow. Like, dude, I couldn't even get the boom off drum. Like it's all backwards. I want to pull back to raise that boom, and no, it's the other hand.
And you can switch that in the computer.
Right.
Yeah.
But for me to
But
try
yeah,
to run
for-
this, oh
yeah.
my God, just to get it through the tree. Now I gotta try to touch all these buttons up here. Oh. Not today. Not today.
Well, let's go for a ride.
All right.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
seeing you,
Yeah, nice seeing you again.
Let's see it again. Check Billy, one of these days. if I can get in the cab with him here. So how come you didn't grow the big old beard like them other guys?
I did have it. I shaved it.
Yeah. So Derek says it's getting kind of old.
Mine was gray though. You know?
Yeah, mine turned white. That's
Real gray.
yeah. How old are you now?
I'm 46.
Yeah. It doesn't get any better.
Oh.
At least you got hair on your head.
Yeah, I do. I got that. Watched your other video. Well, we've been watching almost all your videos.
Yeah. Well, if you watched the one that was on this morning, you can see me break my chainsaw. I ripped my recoil right off of it.
Did you?
Yep, bolts were loosened up. I didn't know it. It was at 395.
Yeah.
You got to really pull on that. Starts hard.
Yeah.
There's one screw. I ripped the recoil right off of it. It's in my hand. I'm like, what the hell just happened here? I got her fixed. So I JB welded it back together and I Loctited the screws, and I think I'll be good for a while now.
Good to
but I just about shit my pants when I ripped the recoil off. I've never had that happen before. Fosters, he's all right.
He's all right, huh? Is he the Foster that invented the beer?
He's the oldest.
No, I'm not going to invent the beer.
You just drink the beer.
Yep.
All of it?
Somebody's got to do it. Yeah. It's a tough job. So how many different sorts you guys got? You got popple, you got basswood, you got logs, and you got mixed hardwood. That's it?
Yeah, we can mix the hardwood now.
Right.
Before we couldn't, we had to separate it.
Right.
And that takes, you know how that's all about.
Yep. detach? The front, is that detachable?
Yes, it does.
So what is the motor for then if that detaches? That got hydraulic pins?
Hydraulic cylinder, yeah, that powers
Does it lay down and detach or what?
oh, the front part stays on the tractor.
Okay.
You see where the two big hooks are?
Yep.
That drops down and then comes out.
Okay. Because I thought it was detachable,
Yeah, it is.
but then I said, why does it got an engine on it for hydraulics? I could see it's got hydraulics, but I didn't see what.
Yeah, it's for
Yeah. You could get all your machines on there.
Yeah.
They'll all fit long enough. Hey, there's a guy up on a wood pile. Look at that.